All right, guys, this is a fresh project, a fresh Flutter project. And like we saw in the introduction, we are working on this. We'll be switching from one screen to the other. This is a button application bar. It's a custom button application bar. And as we switch, it changes screen like we saw. So let's go through together and see how to create this. Okay, first of all, let's create okay, first of all, let's create a file. Let's call it nav bar screen. It's gonna be nav bar dot. Yeah. So let this be a stateful widget because we'll be using any management package. So I mean any management package. So we have to use a stateful widget. Navbar screen. Okay, just put navbar. It's okay like that. Navbar. Remove this placeholder widget and remove this and import material. Material package. Yeah. Material.that package. Then return the scaffold. The scaffold, and the scaffold takes a body. For now, let's give it a center widget. Let it take a child test as a child, and then the child is going to be the test will be nav screen. Yes. Okay, let's save, and then let's call this particular widget from our main.dat file. Okay, let's call it here navbar. Oh, it's not correct. Let's see. Navbar. Let's import it. Okay. Now we have changed navbar. Rather, we have changed the widget being called to navbar. As you can see, nav screen. Let's remove the debug banner. Come here. Debug show banner false. That's how you remove it. Okay, let's work on the bottom navbar. Let's create this. Let's create this exactly as it is. Let's go to the navbar screen and let's scaffold takes an property called bottom. The scaffold, not center widget, scaffold. It's called bottom navigation bar. Okay, let's give it safe area widget. And safe area widget takes child. Let the child be a padding widget. Okay. Let's give it edge insect.all. Edge insect.all. Let's make it 8 pixels. Okay. And then this pattern will take a container widget, and also give this container a padding too. Padding edge insect.all. Make it 10. We have an error. Okay, let's put a comma here. 10, and then the child of this container will be a row widget. Why are we using a row widget? If you check this, you see the icons are horizontally aligned. Horizontally aligned. So we use a row widget to align widgets horizontally. Now for this container, as you can see, this container is this container, this, and then this external padding is for the safe area. We use safe area widget and then give it a padding, then the container, which is this, and then role, which is going to take the items or the widget. All right. So role takes children property. The very first children is going to be, let's also use a container, and then container, let's say container is going to take, let's see, okay, let's give it a child, let the child be icon, let's say icons dot oh, it's not working. Icon, let's see, okay, icons dot home, let's save and see. Okay, you can see now it's there already. Okay, now this container, if you notice from this, the container it has this decoration, color decoration, the dark background, and then the rounded corners. That is this container, the external container. So let's add a decoration to it. Decoration, it takes box decoration, and color will be colors.black. Okay, let's see. Color, as you can see, colors of black. Correct. Okay, now for the icon, let's make it color. Let's add color to it. Colors.white. Let's see. And that's the icon, as you can see. Okay, now the container has, it has rounded corners. So let's add some border radius. Border radius gonna be border radius dot circular. Let's say 15. Okay, as you can see, and then let's increase this padding according to what we have in the UI. Padding 15. Oh, sorry, not for safe area. Let's increase padding for this. Which is this? Yeah, which is this 15. This can be 8. Yes. Yeah, that's all we need. Okay, now we have the first icon, the first widget. So let's make this reusable so that we can repeat the icons, because we have about 4 icons here, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's make it reusable. So in that case, this container, we'll remove this container and then we'll paste it again and again. So let's cut it, come to your lib folder, create a file, call it bottom nav.dat. Okay, stateless widget, call it bottom nav, and then you cut this off, paste what you copied from your nav bar folder, file rather. So remove this and import material.dat package. Package Flutter material.dat. Okay, add this to this. So we'll go back to navbar file and then import bottom nav widget. bottom, now, bottom now. Let's see what's the problem. Go to bottom now and see bottom now. Okay, let's import it. Sorry. Okay, import the library, and then let's copy and paste it 4 times. Okay, as you can see, we have 4 icons. Now, role also take what we call, it takes another property, is called, sorry for that, called main axis alignment. Now, this is the main axis alignment of a role. That's the horizontal axis, is the main axis alignment of a role. But you see, we want these icons to be horizontally spaced around, just like this. If you notice, you see, there's space in between them. So you have to use main axis alignment. Main axis alignment. So let's add it up. Main axis alignment. So let's use space. Okay, space between. Yeah, space between. Let's see. Yes, as you can see. Let's push this way. As you can see, space between. It's working. All right. Now let's change the icons. So you go to bottom now, you come here, and then you insert icons. So we have to insert icons as parameters or as arguments so that we can use it, we can add different icons. So you come here and icon data, that is the type, icon data, call it icon. And then what else should be changed? For now, that is all. Let's require it here in the constructor. Require this dot icon. Yes. Remove the consts and then come here. Icon. The first is icons dot home. That is the first. We will not use this icon, so let's go back and use it so that it will reflect in the UI. So let's come here and use, in this place, let's call it icon. Yeah, come on. So that it will reflect in the UI as we make these changes. Again, next one I think is icons.search. Let's confirm. Yeah, search, person and settings here. Icons.search, then we also have icons.person. Yeah, then we also have icons.settings. So let's see the result. As you can see, different icons, just like this. Of course, for now, we have no active tab here. We're going to add that soon. But we have created a similar bottom nav bar. So let's change the body. Let's change the body. Now, because we want to use a reusable body, because if you notice, we had the same body in the introductory bottom nav we saw. So let's create a body widget that we use again and again. New file, call it body.dart. Okay, stateless widget, call it body, and then remove the placeholder. We don't need this. Then remove these imported packages and import material. Okay, yeah, import that package, and then return a scaffold. Scaffold with a body. Use a center widget. Then the center will take a test widget as its child. Give it a test widget as its child. Test widget. Of course, if you notice too, from here we have different screens. So we have to make the test um, reusable. In other words, the test we have to be a parameter that is added for different screens. String tests. So test is an argument. So let's add this to that and remove this const. Okay. Require this dot tests. Yes, save it. Okay, now let's create our screens, these different screens. Let's create them and add this body. Then change the text in the different screens. Okay, let us call it screens folder. Screens. First one we have is our home screen, home.dat. Then, okay, let us create something there first. Stateless, the stateless widget. Call it home. Home, yeah. The next one is search screen. New file, search, dot stl. Again, create a stateless widget. Call it search. Yeah. Thereafter, create person screen. That's the third one. Person screen. Okay. You can also call it user. Let's call it user, please. It's better that way. User.dat. That's the third screen. STL again, stateless widget again. User. Sorry for that. Okay, yeah. User. And then lastly, let's create the settings. That's the last screen. New file. Settings. Dot. Okay. Then STL again. That is a stateless widget again. Call it settings. Yes. So we have our 4 screens available. Now let's add this body, this particular body widget that we created. Let's add it to it. It's a stateless widget. Let's add it to this different screen. Then we'll change the text to represent the screen. So we'll come here. First of all, let's remove this placeholder. We don't need it. Let's remove these packages and import material.dat package. Flutter material, yeah. Then return body, which is the body we created. Body, and then give it tests. Let's see, something is going on. Let's see, please. Score body, and then body takes tests. Require these are tests here. So let's import it. Let's remove this. Don't need that. Let's remove, okay. Body. Import the package of the library, and then insert the tests. The test is this is our home screen. Sorry for that. It's called home screen. Yes. Okay. So that is the home screen. Of course, for now, it will reflect because we have not added it to our nav screen yet. We are just creating the screens that we'll be navigating to. Okay, thereafter, let's copy this like this and go to our search screen, insert it here, and go back to home screen. Just copy this because of time, and then insert it, paste it here. Yes. So remove this, you save it. So close this, go to the next one, which is user screen. User screen, paste the packages needed, then come back here, take this and put it here. Just call this user screen. User screen, yeah. And then again, let's go to the last screen. That is settings screen. Settings. Close this first. Settings screen. Copy this again. Come here. Paste and call it settings screen. Let's also add the packages. The two packages needed. Okay. Now I think we have all our screens complete. So now let's add the screens to the nav screen so that we can see them here and then we can navigate from one screen to the other. Let's go to our nav bar. Now, to add these screens, you have to add them as a list of widgets. And then because we are in a stateful widget, we are able to navigate from one widget to another. So let's create a list of widgets. Widgets. Call it page list, or you can call it any name you wish, but I'll call my page list. And then let's add them up. The first one is home. Home. Let's confirm. Yes, home. Import it. Then after home we have search. Okay. After search we have user. Import it. After user we have settings. Also import settings. So we have a list of all the screens we want to navigate to on this bottom nav bar. Okay, thereafter you have to access them with an index. So let's call it int. Type is int, and then let's call it index. And of course, the first item in the list has an index of 0, which is this. Now, in this body, this body property, you have to return this page list, and then let this page list take the index. Okay, just like this. Come here, return the page lists, and then let it take the index. Now, currently, this index is set to 0, which means it's on this home screen or home widget. So let's say, and you see what I mean. As you can see, it's on the home screen. So let's style our tests to look like this. As you can see, let's start the test to look like this. Okay. Now go to let's go to body.act, and then we'll start this test. First of all, go to popspec.yaml file and add Google Forms. Google Fonts to your dependencies. Add Google Fonts, just like this, Google Fonts. Then save to get your packages. If you're using VS Code, just save. If it's not VS Code, if you're using Android Studio, you have to click on an icon, the get icon to get your packages. All right, we are done with that. Close the file, and then come back here and add Google Font. So style. Let's use Poppins. Google dot Poppins. Okay, let's import the package. Import package. Google Fonts. As you can see. Okay. Google Fonts. Sorry about that. Google Fonts. Yes. That's correct. So let's add font size. Font size. Let's say 25. 25. Then font weight. Font weight. Okay. Font weight. Let's make it bold, just like we saw earlier. Font weight dot bold. Yes. So let's save and see the result. Okay. Now let's go back to this and see. You see, we have the same text. Now we have used a Google font and we styled our tests. All right, let's make this clickable. And once you click on the icon, you should change the screen. Now, to achieve that, okay, we have to create a variable that will return an int. Okay, that is because, like you have seen already, change the index to page index. Page index, assign it to 0, which means the first one. And if I turn the 0 to 1, it becomes search, meaning it's going to come to this search screen. Okay, let's try and see. Okay, let us restart the app. Zero one, as you can see, search screen. So let's take it back to 0. So our major task right now actually is to change the current page index. Once it changes, what is returned in this body also changes. So let's write a method that returns the void. Return void, call it change page. Let's call it change page. Change page. And change page will take an index. This index is the index of the page you are trying to navigate to. So it means we're going to assign indexes to all the pages so that when I click on a particular page, it will change the page index to the current index, which is the index of the page you are going to. So let's call our search state method. Our search state method, and then page index equals to the index of the new page you are trying to navigate to. So set state helps to redraw the UI. So once you call set state and then you assign the new index to the page index, it's going to redraw the UI because you've called the set state. So we have to call this method in these icons once you click on these icons. So let's go down Okay. Now let's go to the bottom navbar widget. Okay, then let's wrap it with a gesture detector. Wrap with widgets. Let's call it gesture detector. Yeah. And gesture detector takes, let's see, takes it takes an untap function. Now, this untap returns it returns a void function as untap. So, and like we said before, we said we have to assign an index to each of these icons, so that once we click on this, let's go back. Once we click on this bottom nav, it's going to call this method. And this method assigns the new index to the page index. That is how we are able to change the current page index. So let's go back to our bottom now. Okay, let's go like this. Okay, now this widget, this stateless widget, this bottom now widget now, it will have to accept some argument. First of all, sorry, it's not there. Let's give it a, let's make it accept a variable in that will, with an int type, which is the index. Index. Then it has to also receive a void callback, a method that will return void. So void function. So let's call it on top. Okay, and then you have to require it in the constructor. Required x dot index, the index first, and required is dot on top, which is the method is going to accept. So let's call the on top method here, and then you save. So you go back to your navbar and then receive the argument. First of all, index. The first index is going to be 0. I said before that, our page list, this is a list of widgets. So the first item in the list, it has an index of 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So our bottom number now by the first is 0. And for these two, let's call the untap method untap. For now, there is nothing now. So let's just copy these and then paste it there. Sorry, paste it there too, and same thing here. And change the indexes. This is index 1. This is index 2. And this is index 3. That's the last index. Let's save. So now we'll call this method and then insert the index. It's an argument. So you come here, change page, and the first index is 0. Okay. Let's just copy it. And then change the index 1. Same for this. 2. And then same for this. Okay. So let's restart the app and see. Okay, let's see. Now you see it's changing to different screens because of the change page method we created, and the change page method has the set state method, which helps to redraw the screen. Okay. Lastly, we have to add a color to the current tab. In other words, we want to know the active tab. So to do that is quite easy. Okay. To achieve that, currently all icon colors are colors of white. So we just check the particular index and then we assign color based on index. So we're going to use ternary operation like this. It's going to be page index equals to 0. If it equals to 0, call colors dot red accents. It is not. Sorry. If it is not, let's alternate Z. So if page index equals to 0, which is the current index is 0, it should be this. If it is not, you should fall back to this. So we'll repeat the same thing for other nav. So let's go down, just copy it. Then you come here and then change the current index to 1. And same thing for here, for this one, okay, this item. So we'll change current index to 2. Then lastly, change current index to 3. Okay, so let's see. So when the page index changes, it's going to change the colors. You can see it has changed. So you click this, you see it changes. Okay, that is how to implement bottom navigation bar, custom bottom navigation bar in Flutter. Thanks for watching, and please do subscribe and also click the notification button for more videos. Hope to see you next time.